welcome to an Alternate Hue. I'm Hugh Anderson, and this is somewhat caught my attention recently. Now, I've long contended that the great middle class of the U.S. has been crushed for going on 50 years. That's just one man's opinion. Mine, thank you very much. But the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics data reported recently showed that the average weekly earnings for middle-class Americans was $823 in August 2023. That's $31 lower than in August 1973. Now, this data included workers who produce goods or provide services, including highly compensated professionals like doctors and lawyers. And now you know why a lot of people just are not happy with their lot in life. Now, less than 5% of companies are rated to sell by Wall Street analysts. Think about that. That means 95% are either stick with it or buy it. Lake Wobegon, where everyone is above average, would be proud. Now, inflation has dropped a lot since the peak last year. In September 2021, prices were 5.3% higher. In September 22, they rose 8.2%. And in September 23, they increased by 3.7%, trending lower, just like Fed Chairman Powell keeps telling us. The problem comes when you add it all up. Consumer prices have risen almost 20% over those 3 years. Credit card balances are now north of $1 trillion, with more than half of those balances being rolled over each month for the first time ever. And according to a recent data from the Federal Reserve, the average interest rate on credit cards is at an all-time high of 22.8%. And on a more granular level, Bank of America noted that their credit card delinquencies have increased 50% year over year. Occasionally, I hear a commercial on the radio for companies that will lower or even eliminate your tax bill. And I'm always happy for the customer testimonial that states, that person hasn't paid taxes in years, and now we're in big trouble, but fictitious tax relief company got them off the hook. That doesn't make me angry as a taxpayer. Really, it doesn't. It just makes me feel stupid for paying my taxes. But my accountant, Tony, frowns upon me not paying my taxes. Now, Americans didn't pay an estimated $688 billion in taxes due on their 2021 returns. The largest shortfall ever. The number includes $542 billion due to underreported income, with the remainder of the shortfall owed by those who didn't file returns when they should have or never bothered to pay their bills. Now, the IRS said there has also been a shift from wage income, from which taxes are withheld, to gig economy jobs, for which there is a lower degree of compliance. The largest element of noncompliance was attributable to undeclared business and farm income. The IRS is preparing for an onslaught of additional reporting from gig workers and entrepreneurs as new rules for reporting income through payment apps takes effect for tax year 2023. Taxpayers are more likely to comply with rules when there is a third-party information reporting earnings and withholding, aka Big Brother showed up. Which generation is on track to replace more of their pre-retirement income with savings? I'm sorry, you probably got it wrong. It's the millennials. According to a new Vanguard study, by the time early wave millennials, who are aged 37 to 41, hit retirement age, they'll be able to make up 58% of their income through Social Security, 401ks, and other retirement accounts. That percentage is higher than the Gen Xers, who are at 52%, and Boomers, who are at 50%. Millennials in higher income percentiles are even better situated relative to the older generations. Keep up the great work, millennials. Now, those of us who have consumed our fair share of investment solicitations and marketing material are very familiar with this depiction of risk. This illustration assumes higher returns given higher risk. But Howard Marks of Oak Tree Capital has a better idea and created an illustration that conveys the nature of risk with more clarity. Now, copyrights law does not allow me to show his particular version, so I made up one myself. Take a look. He contends that a better way to view risk and returns is that as you take more risk, the expected return should increase, but the range of possible outcomes becomes wider and the bad possibilities become worse. Note where the prior line falls, but more importantly, the range of possibilities. That's where true risk lies. So if you look at the lower left-hand corner, that small box, drop a ping pong ball in it and it's not going to bounce around too far. It's going to be well contained. That's well-contained risk-reward. But as you move up the line of risk return, you see the far right channel shows a wide array of return and risk and loss possibilities. So keep that in mind the next time you're looking at a high return possibility. So that's it for this week. I'm Hugh Anderson. I hope you enjoyed this version, or episode 74 as a matter of fact, of An Alternate Hue. I wish you much health and prosperity. Until next time.